We're alive. I feel like when you turn on a computer and it makes like that noise, I feel like we need that at the beginning of the show. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I feel like it would work.
Yeah, like the sound when you get an email.
And just some sort of something.
Woo!
Yeah. Sound effects. We need more sound effects on the show. I appreciate. Like already, we've just been getting ready behind the scenes this morning. We've brainstormed a number of great things. So I'm not sure when you guys when we should let your dad know that we're going to slide him out of the business contract and slide the two of you in as my future business partners. I don't know when we'll break it to him, but it's going to happen.
Yep. To break it to
Can you imagine the three of us taking on the world? We got this.
That would be great.
That would. Be
things we can accomplish.
You could continue the legacy because you're way, way younger than me. So, oh look, Jim's here from Palo, New York, girls.
Ooh.
Kathy Cooey's with us. Good morning, Kath. I'm just going to give people another 30 seconds to get their coffees. Do you guys have coffee? Do you drink coffee at 13?
Yes, I have my coffee.
I don't like coffee. I'm the only one that doesn't like coffee.
You like cold drinks, I assume?
Yeah, she's got her lemonade with her, I think.
I have lemonade.
I didn't have my very first cup of coffee till my 18th birthday. True story.
Oh, wow.
Is that weird or what?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, that was a really long time ago, let's be honest. But I remember being in like a diner or something. I don't know if my mom joins. She's sometimes on the coffee chat. Maybe she can chime in. But I remember being in a diner and being like, well, I'm 18 now. I should probably try coffee. And I ordered a cup of coffee. And I don't think your first cup should ever be diner coffee because it's not overly delicious. But cream and sugar. And here we are with a severe addiction ever since. So, yeah. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Dina. The gang's all here. Okay, are you ready to get started? Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. We do this every single morning, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Today is Super Saturday, where if you think you're seeing double, do you guys get this joke all the time? You are, because we have twins, Kayel and Austyn, on the show with us this morning to celebrate their 13th birthday. Whoa, and my swear words come in and I got to try to edit before we go to there. And we probably won't have Bacardi this year, but future birthdays, we will. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, girls, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're off to a good start. Now we learned before we went live this morning, just to bring people up to speed, you forgot to unset your alarm for school.
Yes.
So you got up really early on a Saturday morning.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It feels kind of gross, I bet.
Yeah.
And then 13, like you're officially teenagers as of today.
Yeah.
Does that feel different? Like, I don't remember what it was like to go from 12 to 13 again, because it was eons ago, but do you feel excited that you're a teenager now?
I don't really know.
No, hasn't sunk in yet.
I don't think it's had enough time to sink in yet.
Well, that's good. Well, and the thing is you have older sisters, so you kind of know what the other side of teenagerism looks like and what to do and what not to do at this point.
Yeah. Kind of
now,
learned by the
Are you guys considered identical?
Yes.
In the world of twin language?
Yes. We're identical.
And do people have a hard time telling you apart?
Most people do, yeah.
People do, yeah.
You play tricks on them about it? Like, your parents aren't really watching right now, so we can just get into the nitty-gritty of life, okay?
I
Because
mean,
I always thought things like I'd like to pretend I had a twin growing up, but I actually didn't. So you got to let me live through you a little bit. So have you played tricks on people?
one time in grade 2, we were trying to trick our teacher, so I sat in Kayle's desk and Kayle sat in my desk. And she figured it out, and she was really mad at us, so we haven't really played any tricks on teachers since then.
Yeah.
But we play tricks on our friends all the time.
Yeah.
And I think we might have 3 really close friends that can tell us apart very easily. But other than that, it's still really hard to figure us out.
Yeah. I know that at a certain age, I could really tell the two of you apart. Now that you've got a little bit older, and I haven't seen you in person in how long? Like 2 years.
I know.
Darn
It's been really
COVID.
long.
So you've changed a lot, but I think I would still know.
Probably.
And your personalities are different when people get to know you, but it must be kind of fun to be tricky.
Yeah, we have like different personalities, and also our voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say that our voices are a little different.
There's got to be something, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's good. Hey, Scott. Hey, Angie. Kathy says, "Well, I can't believe Mike has 3 teenagers in the house." It's 4. There's 4 of them. There's 4 teenage girls in this house now. 4. My gosh. We'll have to get your mama subscription to the liquor store maybe or something. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. So I thought it would be kind of fun today because we don't have a lot of 13-year-olds that hang out with us in coffee club because we coffee club while you're at school. So I thought maybe we could learn some things about life from a 13-year-old's perspective a little bit, because I feel like you're maybe taking on life a little bit different than us golden oldies over here and the rest of the coffee club. So you can choose whoever wants to answer. They won't be hard-hitting questions by any means. But what's COVID been like from a kid's perspective? Because you two are active athletes and you're extremely social. What's COVID been like from your perspective?
It has not been good at all.
It hasn't been good?
No, it hasn't been good. Because we weren't able to rugby, we couldn't wrestle, and then we also couldn't really go to school, so we didn't socialize or anything. So it's been hard to get back to actually being with people. And also now that things are opening up more and more, it's been getting better, but before, when it was really bad, it was not nice or fun at all.
What about you, Oz?
It's been hard keeping my room clean because I'm always in there.
Yeah.
And it sucks that I can't hang out with my friends. But I don't have to socialize with people, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
I'm not good at people, so.
You got a little break from them.
Yeah.
You're kind of like a 13-year-old hamster, and you kind of can relate to them now because you couldn't get out of the cage. So you're like, oh, that's how hamsters would feel, I think.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you're crazy.
I am a hamster.
She's well, hamsters are adorable, so you own that.
They are really cute.
I have a thing for guinea pigs. Maybe you could be a guinea pig. They're a little more animated than a hamster, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One of my friends used to have a couple of guinea pigs, I think.
Yeah, they're fun.
I don't actually know.
So is it kind of weird to have learned in school about, say, like the Spanish flu, so a past pandemic of our history, and then also be living in one? Does that kind of blow your mind a little bit?
We haven't really learned a lot about any pandemics, but it is a little bit, it's surreal when you actually think about it. just the whole COVID.
The whole concept is mind blowing.
Yeah.
And so for people who don't know, these two girls are avid, like I think Kayel alluded to it a little bit, but you guys you're involved in like what I would label as, and I'm being a labeler in a moment, but like tough girl sports in that you're wrestlers and you play rugby.
Yeah.
Like both of those things terrify me just a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But you enjoy them? Tell me a little bit about some of the sporty things you've done.
Well, I think it was last year or 2 years ago or something. Our rugby team went to Kamloops, except the day before I broke my foot, so I couldn't do it. But it looked like it was pretty fun, and our team was playing against girls that were actually our age, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Kale?
Yeah, and then just like because of our age and everything, and because of COVID, we couldn't really do anything for wrestling. But I know that we did go to a few like wrestling camps. But yeah, I really just enjoy like doing the sports because like it doesn't feel like work. It's just something that I feel it's like really fun to do.
Yeah. When you've won, you have like a fairly extensive career and buckle collection as wild pony racers too. Like you can't discredit, the early on parts of your career, girls.
That was
Yes.
Like honestly, that's pretty fun. So if somebody, because we have people who watch Coffee Club from all over the world. So can you explain a little bit what wild pony racing is? Because I'm sure they're thinking horse racing and you're getting on ponies and going around the track, but that's not what's happening. Although that would be quite entertaining. That isn't what it is.
Basically, we haven't really done it in a while. I can't exactly remember the names, but you have 3 people and a pony with a halter on, and the pony's inside the chute, and all 3 people are holding on to the lead rope of it. And so it's like the lead rope is coming out of the chute, and then they open the door of the chute, and one person has to hold on to the lead rope. One person like tries to cover their eyes or something, or tries to like calm them down, and one person tries to hop on the pony, and you have to hop on the pony, and like the fastest team wins, like to get on the pony.
And like we're talking like the fast times that you've won this with is like 4 seconds. That's kind of crazy.
That was pretty much all Danica, but yeah.
Well, and people need to keep in mind too, these aren't like ponies that you see at the fun, like, hey, come ride a pony thing. These are jacked little crazy wild ponies. Like they're insane.
Yeah,
You're like, yeah, you know what? We'll jump on one. No big deal. We'd like a bumble. Why not?
Yeah.
The life of rodeo. So how have you managed to stay relatively in sane mind during COVID? Do you have to do, like, you've probably been online so much, you were like, I don't want to go on an online coffee club. I'm tired of my screen.
Oh, sorry, Kayla, did you want to?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I mean, for like not going completely insane, we have been doing, I know that I picked up painting and I really like painting. So I've been doing a lot of that. And I know Austyn really likes drawing, so she's been doing quite a bit of drawing. And we have been just like quarantined or just online in school because we had run out of teachers because other classes would get quarantined and we didn't have enough teachers to teach us. So we would have to go online. But it's been really nice because for the past 2 weeks we've been in school and I hope we can like stay.
In school for the next, like, the last 2 weeks of school
Yeah.
for summer.
I think that's looking pretty promising at this point. But
Yeah.
yeah. I think the other fun fact that I wanted to share with our club this morning too is that you girls are Métis, and so you're also really talented powwow dancers. Tell us a little bit about this, because this is kind of cool, and we don't always get the opportunity to see this every day, especially people from all over the world. So tell us a little bit about what powwow dancing is.
Kayel, would you like to answer this one?
You can answer it, Austyn.
Like, quick, rock, paper, scissors. Yeah.
I don't really. It's just something fun we do to get kind of closer to our culture or something. And it just, we all really enjoy it, especially the performances we get to do for other people to share our dancing and our culture with them. It just makes all of us, like me, Kayla, Jayden, and Danica, just makes us all really happy that we get to do this and just have fun while doing it.
And what are some of the, I don't know, I guess what have you sort of learned through the dancing about your culture that you didn't know before? Anything?
Just
Things that we've learned is like we didn't know like the actual stories of the dances or anything, so we learned those, and then we also just we've just learned that, and then also just learned like when we dance for people, we've learned more things about them, and also like their kind of stories from our culture and everything. So it's been good.
Like, if nothing else, the outfits are also really fun.
Yes.
yes.
Like, you add color in a way that is so dynamically gorgeous, and you get to wear all these kind of different things. And there's so many, I think what's neat learning, having watched the four of you do it a little bit over the years, is there's so many different kinds of dances in powwow dancing.
Yeah.
Like, can you name some of them? I don't expect you to do all of them, but can you name some of them for us?
The dances that I do mostly, jingle, fancy, traditional, hoop dance, and I sometimes do Métis jigging. Those are mostly the ones that I do, I think.
Yeah, and then I do pretty much the same ones, so just like women's traditional, fancy shawl, jingle. But then there are also other dances like the men's dances. So there's like uh there's so men's traditional, men's fancy. So that one's different from women's fancy. Then there's more, but I forget some of their names.
Yeah, there's just lots and lots of great stories. And what's your favorite one to do? Like, what's the one that when you get to do it, you're like, yes, this one is the one I love the most?
Traditional.
For me, it's jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would think with Indigenous Day coming up in a couple of weeks that you probably have a lot of dancing in your future this month. Hopefully you'll get to do some.
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. So I was told I wasn't allowed to ask you if you're dating anyone, so I'm not going to ask that part.
I'm not.
But maybe we'll do like coffee club after hours and be like, is dating different at 13 than it is at 40? Asking for a friend. I think it's probably the same, because just so you know, a 13-year-old man's brain and a 40-year-old man's brain is probably the same. Like, just giving you a little outlook on life, girls.
Okay.
We won't talk about that, because mom and dad will be texting me. What else? What's the first, like, what do you hope to do first when restrictions are lifted and you're you get to be born free again, what do you want to do first?
Oh.
Has anybody thought? Like, I don't even know if I can answer that question.
Honestly,
I have no idea.
I would really like to go swimming.
I was thinking that.
We haven't gone swimming
Cool.
in so long.
We haven't gone swimming in such a long time.
Yeah.
Good call. Swimming it is. Do you have a favorite? If you could choose, okay, just play along for a moment. Anywhere to go swimming. Like, there's no travel issue, there's no money, there's what? Where would you pick to go swimming?
There's this one pretty lake at Jasper. I think you went to it with us. It was like all clear and you could see everything. That was a really nice lake. I would like to go there.
I would love to go there again too. That was so nice.
It was cold AF, as they say, though. And let's be honest, like let's visit that moment together for a moment, girls, because I was sitting on the edge of this lake. I remember this very vividly.
Yeah.
And you had jumped in. The two of you had jumped in. Caden had jumped in. I think your dad had jumped in. I'm sitting there being like, looks really cold, I don't think. And the two of you, there's one of you on either side. Sometimes people say angel, devil. There were two twin devils right beside me at the edge of this lake. They're like, oh, Miss Jody, it's not that cold. Oh, Miss Jody, it's going to be fine. Oh, Miss Jody. And then you pulled me in. You two little adorable devils pulled me into that cold lake. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
That was our dad. He told us to do that.
I think it's a family trait, but anyway, yeah. So if you think they're really sweet right now, friends, this is the truth right here, is they will push you into a lake the first moment they get. I think it's good. Now, last thing before I let you get back to living your best life at 13 is I wanted to grab a 13-year-old's perspective. So that might be kind of hard. But what I'm thinking is when we become adults, we start to worry about all the adult things. And I think sometimes it would be really beneficial for us to think back to our 13-year-old self and do some of those things and have kind of some of that way of life. So what sort of advice from your 13 large years of living would you give to people to just live a better life? Could you wrap your brain around that a little?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, honestly, just don't care about what other people think and live the way that you did when you were younger. Because when we were younger, and I know, like, even people my age, they care too much about what other people think. And I think that it would be better if, like, honestly, we didn't care what other people thought, and we dressed, did our makeup, did our hair, just did the way we wanted it, and we're not scared to be judged.
Yeah, I like that. What do you think, Austyn?
Just like don't judge people or don't like pass that down to your children, because when we're like really young or when we're kids, we don't have like in our brain that judging is a thing or being like rude to people is a thing. That's passed down from watching people do it. So just be nice.
Yeah, don't be a dick, as I like to say. So,
Exactly.
I can say that to you, right? You're 13 now.
Yeah.
You're gonna. Who are we kidding? We've heard way worse. You know who your dad is. I like that. And so then, friends, if you're watching this or you catch this video later, I want you to post in the comments what your advice is to our 13-year-old selves. So we're going to give the advice back and forth. And girls, you can get your parents to read you the advice later. But I think that what the two of you have just shared with us is things that we need to embrace and do. Because I don't think you start to, like, at your age, you're like, yeah, I don't care what people think and I got this. And then that starts to fade as you get older. And then you don't start to embrace that again, I think, until you're like in your 40s. So there's like this big gap of time where we could just be living our best lives and we don't. So I appreciate you sharing that with us today, girls. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put you on speed dial. Be like, I need advice. I'm calling the twins. Little Yodas. You're two little Yodas this morning. Gosh, so good. So what are you doing for the rest of your birthday day?
We're planning on hanging out with some of our friends.
Yay,
Yeah.
friends. Are any of them boys?
No.
No.
Okay, just checking.
They're all girls.
I didn't bring it up. I'm just
Nope.
checking. Curious minds want to know. Okay. All right. Good. Girls, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning and sharing a little birthday fun and giving us the best little Yoda advice I think I've heard in a very long time. So appreciate you. And we look forward to the world opening up and getting a little bit normal so you can get back out there and take it over. Take it over, girls. And then, yeah, we're going to let your dad know that you two are my new business partners, right?
Yes.
We are going to do great things. The first thing we're making is foamed rainbow unicorn milk, and I can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait. So happy birthday, girls. Thank you for being on the show with us today. And thank you, everybody who joined us. Hopefully you got some great 13-year-old perspective today. And we'll see you back here Monday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Bye, everybody.